I'm Athina and I'm grateful that you're here with me today. Today we are going to have a collective reading. I haven't done this in a while and I felt the need to do a collective message. This is going to be timeless, so whenever you find this collective message, if you are drawn towards it, it means that there is a message for you there. But of course, if you find it when it's uploaded, then maybe there's also a message. So yeah, I haven't done a collective reading in a while, and I felt the need to do one, and I thought as well as to implement some things that I haven't used in a while, like books. So what you can see here already on the table are all the decks that I will be using for today and the book as well. So I'm going to start with the tarot cards, then I will use the oracle decks, and last but not least, I will get us a message from the book Light is the New Black by Rebecca Campbell, a guide to answer your soul's calling and work in your light. So yeah, let's move the things that I will be needing later here. So what you will be hearing now is normally what I said off cam. Before I start hitting the button for the pick card readings, I normally say this when off cam, but I felt the need to do this on cam. Normally I do it with the piles. I say the pile numbers, and now I'm going to replace the pile numbers with the collective. So if you want to say a prayer as well, or ask your spirit guides to send messages from them through me to you, you can do this. Everything's going to be accepted. Of course, if it's a spirit guide that it comes from a place of love and light and has your best intentions, because everything else will not get passed through my protection. So please, spirit guides, please tap me into the energy of the collective, myself included. For everyone who is going to choose, for everyone who is going to watch this video, please, spirit guides, please tap into the energy of the collective, myself included, so that we can all hear the messages from when we need it, from whenever someone is clicking on this video. Please, spirit guides, please tap into the energy of the collective. For everyone who is going to watch this video, this timeless video, please. Please, spirit guides, please speak through me. Please let the messages be clear and kind. Let the messages be for the highest good of all and harm to none. Please speak through me. Let the messages be clear and kind. Let the messages be for the highest good of all and harm to none. Please speak through me. Let the messages be clear and kind. Let the messages be for the highest good of all and harm to none. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, while I was tapping into the collective, I started my hands getting warm, like when I start using Reiki. So either way, we as a collective are healing currently. Some things are healing is going on. Maybe you are hearing something, and I've been picking that up. But there's healing going on in the collective right now. Healing past traumas, so maybe healing past traumas. Going to a therapist, what I'm hearing. Maybe some of you are going to a therapist to heal past traumas. Or maybe this is an advice to go there to get professional help. And yes, I'm just shuffling the cards right now. Without saying anything. So, okay. Please, Spirit Guides, what does the collective need to hear right now? What messages are there for the collective? Please, Spirit Guides. What messages are there for the collective? What does the collective need to know? What messages do you have for the collective? Shish, come on. This was bad. Shuffle. Please, Spirit Guides, what messages does the collective need to hear right now? What do you want to say to the collective? Oops. Please, Spirit Guides, what does the collective need to hear right now? Any messages that the collective should know? What messages does the collective need to know right now for this timeless reading? Thanks. And yeah, I purposely took 7 cards because the best way to read tarot is to have an odd number with 1 card at the center. So at the back of the deck we have Death in reverse. Yeah, I come to this if I feel like the need to talk about Death in reverse. But let's see. We have a Queen and a King. We have the Queen of Cups, we have the Magician, the 9 of Swords in reverse, the Knight of Wands in reverse, the King of Pentacles, or the King of Coins, the 7 of Cups in reverse, and the 8 of Coins, Pentacles in reverse. So I don't know who is who. It may be that those 4 cards are talking about different persons in our lives. It could also be that this is talking about ourselves, and we are all those different aspects of the cards. But let's start with the Knight of Wands in reverse. When a card of the Court card is in reverse, it indicates a person in our life or ourselves. In reverse, they are either blocking ourselves from what is it called English? Please come to me. They are blocking ourselves. Not blocking ourselves, more like they are not helping the situation. So the situation is not getting resolved because they are like, wait, let me grab the gap. Jesus, can't speak. The Knight of Wands here. So what I was trying to say is okay, the Knight of Wands says here, like the Page of Wands in reverse, the Knight of Wands indicates insecurity in decision making. The seeker is dragging his or her feet on an important decision. Ouch. I feel called out and not not without good reason. The hesitation comes from being aware of how daunting or risky the project before the seeker is. Nevertheless, to get through and prevail, the seeker must be more assertive and exude greater confidence. The Knight of Wands in reverse is about second-guessing oneself and, as a result, delaying in taking the necessary action for advancement. Well, was not what I was expecting, but I said I feel called out because I've been doing this. There's a project that I want to do. Well, there are multiple projects ongoing that I want to do, but I've been not taking any actions because I've been second guessing. Yeah, is this really a good idea? Will this even gain fruition? It's going to be really hard and difficult. Hence why maybe we have the Nine of Swords here in reverse. The anxiety, the overthinking. But does it even mean overthinking when it's in reverse? Because sometimes when the cards are in reverse, they take on the reverse meaning of when it is upright. But sometimes they get even worse when they are reverse. So just make it cozy yourself, because I've been going to be reading a lot. But no, yeah, that's where the healing came from. The Nine of Wands, the seeker is now in a healing stage. The seeker's sense of haunting pain is waning. If the seeker is in a marriage, the card in reverse could be a hint that the seeker is contemplating infidelity. Well, that came out of nowhere. The card could also indicate that the haunting of loss that the seeker feels right now is going to be comparatively minor in the grander landscape of his or her life. Even though right now the seeker feels overwhelmed by the loss, the pain shall fade in time. The Nine of Swords in reverse suggests a lesser degree of haunting and pain. It is optimistic and assures that the worst of it is over already. So basically, those of you that, myself included, that have been working towards healing, are insecurities, are doubting, we are in the healing process, and we will sometimes still enter those phases where we are insecure of the decisions that we are going to take or make, and if it is going to work out fine. But you can see here we have two kings, we have a pair here, a king and a queen upright, and we have the magician upright as well. So the Queen of Cups, she is compassionate. She listens to her intuition. She is mature when it comes towards her feelings, and really acknowledges that her intuition is spot on. She's kind-hearted person. What is she else? It's like your intuition has been telling you what decisions to make, and with you, if you have been on this healing journey, you may have taken on this energy of the Queen of Cups and really being nice to you, compassionate towards you. Even if you are going down again the rabbit hole of indecisiveness, you have not been that strict and beating yourself up because of that. And I can see that for myself, that I have been trying to be nicer to myself and not beat myself up, because I can be quite harsh and strict with myself. So I've been trying to change that and heal that. And I even got the message somewhere when I was reading cards for myself that I am healing, and that, as well as if you see my community tab, when you scroll a little bit down, because these two recent things are reposts about something that I'm not going to mention in here. I just wanted to raise awareness, more, nothing else. But after that, you see that I have been in a 3-day workshop with Rebecca Campbell, which one of her texts we are going to be using afterwards. We channeled messages from the great goddess or any goddess that we work with, and then as well as from grandmothers or grandfathers from our ancestry line. We connected with the great ancient grandmothers of Earth, so as well as our ancestors, and we channeled messages. And one of the messages that I got for myself is, let me share it with you. Let me get up and see it, because I wrote it down in my booklet. Oh no, it ripped. Here. The ancient grandmother of my lineage is calling me to step up, be proud and loud, trust yourself. You are healing even if you don't know. So we are always constantly healing, even if we don't know and we are not aware of it. So even if we are not aware of it, we are healing. So I just wanted to throw that out here as well. So, and yeah, the magician. The magician has all resources it needs to bring something into the physical. Because here you see that, because here are mostly women depicted. Even if it's the King of Pentacles, it's a woman, just that she is wearing more clothes that look a little bit more masculine. This is the modern witch tarot, so apparently they wanted to be like this, how do you say it? I'm not sure if I can pronounce it, endogenous and anonymous. When someone looks like they could be both gender, man or female, it's like you cannot really tell from their physics. So they are I've heard some say gender, so they are gender. It could be anything. You don't have even to identify as with any of the genders. But yeah, the magician here, she is holding a wand upwards and pointing her finger downwards. This means that there is an idea, something that wants from high up from the universe, the creative blob of the void, is wanting to be constructed with by the magician, to bring it into physical form. And the magician needs to have the resources, material resources, the communication or the thought process, strategy to make a plan on how to bring this into fruition, to need the passion and the action taking of the wand to take action upon making those steps a reality, to feel it with their body that it's something they should do and make, and as well as listening to their intuition. I'm hearing that I should read The Magician out of the Gap book. Hold on. By the way, the guidebook that I'm referring to is a PDF. It's the meanings of the cards based on the system of Rider-Waite-Smith. So it says here, power, androidness, construction. Card 1, the Magician. Or in this PDF it's called Key 1. The theme of the Magician is power, specifically power of the mind. The card upright indicates the use of power, often creative mental power, for constructive purposes. It is a powerful positive omen. The Magician implies the limitless capabilities of the mind when it is concentrated. To wield the intensity of concentration needed for omnipotent power, one must be strong in both spirituality and character. Thus, the Magician card often appears in spreads for those who are strong in spirituality and character. It is a card of individuality. The Magician is worldly, knowledgeable, and self-aware. He manifests self-mastery. The infinity symbol represents spiritual enlightenment. He possesses a strong bridge between the conscious and the unconscious. He holds his power at the behest of the divine powers that be. The Magician is humanity at its best, executing divine motives. The imagery of the 4 suits on the Magician's workbench suggests someone who creates from what already exists, not someone who is creating from nothing. Key 1, the Magician represents the prophetic theological concept of unity and the alliance, I don't know how to pronounce that, of reason and faith. This is a card about personal greatness, about mastery over the physical, mental, and spiritual. The Ouroboros, or serpent snake, coiled around the Magician's waist, symbolizes his affinity to the soul of the world. Because this is based on the Rider-Waite-Smith, the imagery is not the same, but I have here to see what the Ouroboros is. Here, the Ouroboros. The thing that we think it is a belt is in fact a snake called Ouroboros. Coiled around the Magician's waist symbolizes his affinity to the soul of the world, the universal consciousness. In traditional alchemy, the Ouroboros is associated with Mercury. Curiously, Chinese alchemy associates Mercury with the dragon, a close cousin to the snake, and correlates it with intelligence and intellectism. The Magician is highly disciplined and has accomplished much, or is capable of accomplishing much, in both the physical and spiritual realms. This is an individual who can grasp the knowledge of the universe. Contrast, Key 0, the Fool, could potentially be constructive or destructive, but at the juncture that the Fool appears in, it is still unclear which fork the Fool will choose. Key 1, the Magician has chosen and is acting constructively when the card appears upright, and destructively when it reverses. Yeah. Basically, the gist of what I have been reading is that we have the potential and make what we have within here right now, construct something from an idea. So we have already everything we needed to make this physical. So like my project, one that I can mention is I am planning on starting writing again, fan fictions to start off with, because I remember that I had a lot of fun writing fan fictions in the past when I was a teenager. And I thought, hey, if I go back to that time, just writing for the fun of it, to maybe I find the motivation again to write an original story. Because I have started writing an original story, but I somehow lost my motivation and the fun of writing. So I've got this idea of writing again a fan fiction, just for the fun, just to enjoy it. And I can say this because most of you probably don't know English, German I mean, and so you will never see my fan fictions and the cringe. It's only those that speak German will find my fan fiction. I'm even not saying where I'm going to upload it. So my dear friend from Switzerland, she may notice it. I may tell her. But yeah. So and I have everything that I need to do the fan fiction, because I have strangely in 2015 I started writing the fan fiction. I have already completed 2 chapters of that fan fiction and started with the 3rd one, but somehow I stopped the writing altogether because I was writing multiple fan fictions at the same time. Not the best idea. But I already started it, and I have already planned out everything that is going to happen in the fan fiction. And when I got this idea, I started to remember everything that I have planned and how things will be going. It was still ingrained in me, and I started to get excited. I did start writing a little bit, but I have not been consistent. Because the insecurity, I'm not sure, will people like how I write? Is this even funny? Is it not? I feel it's cringe, and so I've been holding myself back, but I've been healing, and I have been trying to make my move. I have started writing again. It's not a lot. I have written like 5-7 sentences new, but if I take one step at a time, I'm going to reach the goal and bring the idea that I had in the past. Oh, it's almost 10 years ago. it almost 10 years ago when I had this idea. But yeah, I've been healing through this thing, and so maybe it needed to come up again so that I could write it differently than I would have in the past. Then we have the King of Coins. The King of Coins is abundant. He knows how to manage his finances and as well as his resources. He is a leader. I don't know how he fits in right now with everything. Hold on. There's maybe something missing. Let me see. The King of Pentacles. No. Shit. The King of Pentacles. Where are you? Because I'm still learning the actual meanings of Rider-Waite-Smith. That's why you see me more often looking it up, because I don't want to spread false information. So I'm here now mixing the correct meanings of the cards with my own intuition. So it's going to take a while till I get it, but I hope that you are open enough to learn with me. So, King of Pentacles, he is the chief of industry. The King of Pentacles is a mature man of exceptional self-control. He is a steady, enterprising male energy. He is a man in finance, banking, or real estate. Reliable, married man with children. If this is talking about a person, it's how you can indicate that he is married. Hey, did we not have something about married men infidelity here with the Nine of Swords? just remembering it now. So if you have been suspicious, maybe this it could be a little hint that your suspicion has been right and your intuition doesn't have to be, of course. You need valid evidence to really see if someone is cheating on you or not. So tarot card cannot give the valid evidence. You have to see that for yourself to get the evidence. But it just could be a hint for those that are married or in a relationship with someone. He is a caregiver provider, and he takes his duties as a caregiver and provider seriously. Or maybe it is, if you have been thinking that someone is cheating on you, maybe it is here to say no, they are not. I don't know. Great financial gifts, accomplished with finances. He is of great help to the seeker, you, us, or potentially very helpful. Could also indicate materialism or dwelling too much on the value of material things, overlooking the spiritual. On the negative side, this person is susceptible to bribery and temptation. Figuratively, could indicate effective management of wealth and property, having full control over one's finances. From French playing card tradition, the King of Pentacles is said to correspond with Julius Caesar, and thus in tarot the card could call to mind the character of unmatched military power, a man with a great gift for forging alliances. Compare, the Ten of Swords conveys the fall of Caesar and the theme of assassination, while the King of Pentacles would refer to the character of Julius Caesar, a man who, generally speaking, had an exceptional gift for political alliances and knew how to wield it to his advantage. Earth dominant, the King of Pentacles is resourceful, utilitarian, whatever that is, and has more common sense than the cards of the other three suits. Could signify Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Note that that we don't need now. This is everything that we have. So maybe there is someone going to help us out, like future speaking, because I look at the cards that come here on the left side, more of the past-ish energy, here more in the middle ground the present, and here on the right side more on the future side. So if this is a story that we are looking at, the main message is that we need to overcome indecisiveness, and make our decision to maybe really step into the unknown and take the risk, even if we are insecure, but knowing that we are healing, and there may be a male energy that corresponds to the meanings that I've set from the guidebook, that will be able to help us, since it is here focused in the middle. And then we here, maybe this is us here, that we have the emotional intelligence to be kind to ourselves, and that we have what it takes to construct what we have planned here. So maybe there is someone that is going to support us here. Like, for example, in my case, it's not my father that is helping me out, but my grandmother, when I was in Greece this summer in September, and end of August, beginning of September. Well, it was beginning of September mostly. She is a Capricorn, and she gave me as a gift a little bit of finances. And it was also around that time that Apple, what was it? Apple talked about their new iPhones and whatever is going to come up. And I'm going to change my phone because my phone is already more than 5 years old. The speaker is not working out anymore as it used to be. It has this static problem. It's quiet as well. It's not as loud as it should be. My mother, when I was showing her a video, and she was like, "I cannot hear anything. Can you put it louder?" And I was like, "Mom, this is already the loudest." And she was like, "What? This is the loudest? My phone is even louder than that." And I was like, "Yeah, my phone is older than yours." Of course, mine is not going to be as loud anymore. So I'm going to change my phone to something a little bit better, and I'm getting the financial help from my grandmother's finances that she gifted me, and as well as my mother is going to help me. Just that my mother is a Libra and not an Earth sign, but either way, most of the part is going to be my grandmother's finances that is going to help me buy this new phone in January or February when I come back from Brazil. But yeah, we'll be having a new phone where the camera is going to be better, so you can look forward to more better quality, hopefully. Yeah, but yeah, like this could be like some sort of help with finances, that someone is going to support you financially in this endeavor. When I share things from my own life, it's more of an example, so that you can see maybe it's going to be like this or similar or completely different. But yeah, but looks like, because we have the 7 of Cups in reverse, and I have no idea what it means. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what it means. This is a card that I have always struggled with. Ooh. Oh, I like it. 7 of Cups in reverse. Determination, decision, purpose revealed. Oh, we are going to, it looks like we are going to get out of this here. At this point, we are going to get out of this. Reversed meaning. Reversed, the 7 of Cups is a good omen. Yes, that's what we want to hear. It indicates that the seeker, in this case the collective and we, has made or will make, depending on where the card is positioned in the spread, we will make, it's in the future part, a decision supportive of delayed gratification. The card affirms that the seeker is moving in the right direction and is closer to accomplishing his or her goal. Yeah, that's what we want to hear. When the 7 of Cups appears in reverse, the seeker is someone who was offered many appealing, materially pleasurable paths, such as fame, fortune, etc. But the seeker has refused those paths and seeks something greater out of life. Compare, the 7 of Cups is in reverse is preparing the seeker for the journey ahead, indicating in the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is about the abandonment of material pleasures to seek a higher plane of spiritual consciousness. And we had the spiritual consciousness here with the Magician. Then we have this it's maybe that we have been insecure about trusting it. Oh, I like this. And since we have the 8, since I have it already in my hand, I'm going to look at the 8 of Pentacles in reverse as well. Squandering, trifle, idle. The seeker is not working hard enough. The seeker is wasting his or her talents. There is a lot of artistic talent in the seeker, but it is being wasted or not utilized in the fullest. In reverse, the 8 of Pentacles indicates squandered talent or gifts. The card could also suggest idle hands. The seeker is not working hard enough at his or her craft. If a particular project has been on the back burner, the appearance of the 8 of Pentacles in reverse can be assigned to the seeker to move that project from the back burner to the front and to return to diligent work on said project. Hey, yeah, it's calling me out. As I said, I have projects, but they are on the back burner. So it looks like it that if I can overcome my insecurities and make the decision, I will be able to put the project in forefront. And the same goes for you, because this is a collective message. So if we can overcome our insecurities and heal slowly, and maybe have help from someone that is knowledgeable in our certain projects and endeavors that we want to construct, or someone that has the financial means to put us somewhere that we can work on the project, on a creative endeavor, we can now turn the 8 of coins, the pentacles, upright and really go, because we have made the decision, the right decision. So now it is for us to put in the work as well and not let it simmer in the back burner as we have done so in the past. So I see this card more of like an advice. Look, if you've went through all this thing, you can now really put in the work without fear or problem at all. And I'm sorry, I have to get up and get a tissue because I've rubbed something into my eye and it's burning. Oh, my eye is burning and tearing up. I'm fine. I just that when I go outside I put in sunscreen on my face. But sometimes when my eyes itchy, I somehow get cream on my finger, even though it should not be possible, because I've done this in the morning and it's already evening. So yeah, okay, I'm fine now. Let's go to the oracle cards to get some more messages and advices or whatever what wants to come out. So please, spirit guides, any other messages for the collective, any guidance, anything else that we as a collective need to know right now may be helpful. The Seas of Mintaka, seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. Oh, I'm going to read that out of a guidebook. I love it. Moreover, because I am in Mintaka and starseed. it's my home card. So what else do we as a collective need to know? What other messages do you have for us, spirit guides? Then we have a new earth, it's happening, keep holding the vision. I'm just going to shuffle the cards and afterwards talk about them. Please, spirit guides, what message, what guidance, what advices do you have for the collective right now? Yeah. The reversed, what it's springing into me right now is that with all that we have here, it may also be that we are resisting change. We are resisting to let something go. Just right there. At the back of the deck, I did not see this, but at the back of the deck, weight of the word, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. I'm going to read that one out of the guide book as well. Just putting in. Hold on. Let me put the cards a little bit more like this, so we have enough room. So I'm going to put all the cards down, and here, this one here. As the back of the deck that I'm going to read now of the guide book, and then the Seas of Mintaka, and then I'm going to go to the rest of the cards. So, weight of the word, where are you? In which pages are you? Weight of the word, 124. Weight of the world. You don't need to carry it all. You're no good to anyone if you're running on empty and bogged down by the weight of the world. This card is a reminder to look after your own well-being before anyone else's. To stop carrying the world's problem on your shoulders. To put on your own oxygen mask first. In these changing times, it's hard not to feel overwhelmed by the state of the planet. However, you can't take on its problems from a place of energetic depletion. This card is thanking you for caring so much. You want to build a better world and ease the road for others, and that's incredible. But the way you've been doing so is likely unsustainable. This isn't to say you should switch off to the world's problems and become unconscious. Rather, it's a call to establish clear boundaries so you're not constantly taken out energetically. The planet needs you to be healthy both physically and emotionally. So instead of digesting the news or reaching for your phone as soon as you wake up, show up first to a nourishing practice such as meditation, soul inquiry, deep breathing, or exercising in nature. Once you're in a state of grace and your inner well is full, you can face the day, the state of the world, and care for others. And at the day's end, take an energetic shower by emptying out anything that's not yours to carry. You can pick it up again the next morning, if you so choose, but give yourself time and space to rejuvenate and rest. Starseed Soul Inquiry is something that we can meditate upon, write a journal entry to get the answer. Is what are you carrying that isn't even yours? And I can see, because people have been talking about a lot of the current situation of the war. Some are doing this to raise awareness, but I'm aware that it is happening, but we can only change something when we do this as a collective. And it is sad what is happening, yes. I get sad by when they are mentioning it, because I believe that we are all brothers and sisters, even if we are not connected by blood. We are part of the universe. We all are one. We are just different expressions of the universe, as I've learned through watching a podcast with Matthias De Stefano. And I did resonate with what he was talking about, that the universe wanted to experience things, and so it made us. different parts of itself, so that it can express themselves differently and experience different things at the same time. So it's split up into different beings to do that. And we are all coming from the same place, and that's the universe. Or if you want to call it God, the source, spirit, whatever you believe in, it's totally valid and welcome here. As long as you also respect other people's different opinions. So I believe that we are all brothers and sisters on a soul level, because we come from the same place. So just that we are different expressions and take on different aspects to live this experience here on earth. So something I've come to understand because I got into it. I'm just talking about experiences and examples and stuff like this, so to make it a little bit more understandable, is that I've somehow stumbled upon VTubers. I'm not sure if you know. It's just that the YouTuber doesn't show their real face on camera, but they have a model that is anime based, kind of like I have here the manga tarot, like the model of those people are anime based, like here, like the high priestess that has like big eyes. Let's see if I find something else that here, like this, big eyes, colorful, like the hair color doesn't even have to be natural, like pink hair, violet hair, blue hair, and I found someone that I quite resonated with, and he talked about his own experiences and what he went through, and some things that he told about I could really resonate with, because it's something that I went through myself. So I also sometimes see other people as a mirror. They can mirror each of our gifts, as well as something that needs to be addressed. And I've seen him, and I found him incredibly cute. His demeanor and also what he said, like there was this wisdom, even though we are not doing the same thing. Like he plays games and entertains people in live streams with his model, staying in character, because the model is like a virtual novelist that time traveled from the past into here. Even though he still shares his experiences in a way that we as viewers don't know exactly what the real age is of the person behind there. It's still, I feel like, really genuine words and experiences that went through, and I could feel like I totally understand you, brother. I'm like I totally understand you where you're coming from. So even though we have experienced maybe something similar and had some interests the same, we are still a different expression of the universe. Even if we have similar tastes and went through similar things, we as a person, our core is still different. But it just showed me to myself, hey, even though we are not the same, we are still somehow connected, and we went through the same things, so we can understand each other, even though he may not know that I exist. But it just showed me that if I can exist, the person that I'm dreaming of to one day have in a relationship with can exist as well. And it just showed me, hey, those like when we are talking about manifesting a relationship into our lives, like those traits that we want into another person, they exist. It's not just a dream or daydreaming. They exist. They are out there. We just haven't found them yet. But yeah, because of that, what we're talking about, coming back now to the point that I was trying to make after I went off tangent, is there are people that are sharing the happenings of the world and bringing awareness and talking about what is happening, and it makes me sad because it's learning how my brothers and sisters are suffering through it, and brothers and sisters killing, not to say the word, but they are destroying each other because of something that could have a different kind of solution. And some part of the world are just looking at it and looking at it as if this is not their problem. It's because they are separate. They have separated themselves from the consciousness of oneness, of believing that we are one, that we all came from the same place, that we are interconnected. And this makes me incredibly sad. As an empath, as an empath myself, when I see news or see someone that is suffering, I feel it really deep, and I'm that compassionate. So it is this is just like a message for me myself too, to now that I've done my part and put it out for others that are following me to be self-aware as well. I've done my part now, and now I can let it rest. I did help in the way that I could now, and now that's it. And now it's okay to not always be looking at stuff from there, to not always put in the burden or the feeling of sadness and so on me, and to take really care of myself. And I really should not go to my phone the first thing in the morning when I wake up. Now let's come back to the seas of Mintaka. I'm going to say this here. I'm probably going to have goosebumps and feel sad. Mintaka is thought to have been a water-based planet containing the most crystal clear waters you could have ever imagined. So clear that you could see for miles and miles underwater. The seas of Mintaka card represents this crystalline clarity of potential and possibility. It's about the ability to choice to see the potential in all people and situations. This could be one of your natural traits, or it could be a sign that what you are currently doing has great potential. Mintakans are thought to have been a galactic race who saw the light in everything and everyone. You may have received this card as confirmation that a situation or project has extreme potential and will reach fruition. That is something that we wanted to hear. If it appears in a spread, it's a very positive sign that things are working out for the highest potential of all involved. It's a very uplifting, light-filled card that brings great harmony, contentment, and positive outcomes. According to Carl Jung, that which we do not bring to consciousness appears in our life as fate. When water appears in dreams and art, it often represents an unconscious mind. Pulling this card also means you may be called to bring to light any unconscious patterns of which you are unaware, to look at them and see them clearly and consciously so they don't appear in your life as fate. What unconscious patterns or behaviors are ready to be brought to the light of day? Soul inquiry, how can you see the potential in a situation you're facing? What unconscious patterns are you being called to bring to light? And that's where the mirroring that I've talked about comes into place. Sometimes because we are not seeing it ourselves, the universe is going to bring someone into our life that is going to show us the traits or the patterns in someone else to see, hey, you've slept on your unconsciousness, so I have to bring this person now into your life so that you can get annoyed by their patterns. But it's not because of them, but it's for you to see, hey, why is this triggering me? Why are they here in my life? Is this a way of the universe showing me, hey, maybe there's something that needs to be addressed? Maybe it's our own patterns. For example, because it's like fresh for me, I have friends that are procrastinators like myself. The VTuber that I am watching currently, people ask him how if he has any tips on how to not procrastinate, and he is like totally truthful and says, look, I'm not the greatest at this because I am a procrastinator myself, so I cannot help you out, but if it helps, maybe what he has done before in the past is that he got himself something that could block YouTube and Twitter, or now known as X, because he wasted a lot of time there and because he needed to work on something. So he blocked YouTube and at that time Twitter and now X for 2 months so that he could work on something. And it was like a reminder for him that when he unconsciously went to the sites and it got the message it's blocked and not available, and then he would remind itself, I've blocked this because I need to do something. And it's like it's a really strict approach, a really going cold turkey. But he did mention that he would lift that because he likes to watch YouTube in bed to go to sleep. So he said he would lift it up when he went to sleep, but he would put it up again when he was awake. So it's like I am getting all the information of procrastination because I am the one procrastinator here that is using YouTube and other social media stuff as means to procrastinate and distract myself. So that's the mirror I am facing right now. So I hope that you can know what there is other. So a new earth here underneath. It's happening. Keep holding the vision. This is all about, as we have seen in the Way of the World, we are trying to change the world. We are trying to make it different than it was before, to bring more awareness, of on mental health, to bring more spiritual, to bring more the ancient wisdom that we've lost back into the present now. So we have a vision on what we want to manifest and how we want the world to be. And this card is saying that it is happening. It's maybe a bit slower than we want to, but it's happening, and that we should keep our vision. The same goes for our project. We have the vision and the goal and the dream, and we have to keep holding on to that and know that it is happening, that it is coming to fruition. It will take maybe a little bit more time, but it is still in the process of coming towards us, on coming to be here. Then we have fall into my arms, surrender, holding the opposites, extremes of life. I'm going to read that out of the guidebook. And it's even on page 66 in there, because it's a beautiful card. The Great Mother ushered you in when you took your first breath, and she'll be there when you draw your last. She knows how challenging life can be, that being human can be lonely and confusing, that the polarity and separation can be excruciating when your soul remembers the oneness of Source, but at the same time it can be incredibly glorious and sweet. So often we see things as either good or bad. When things go well, we make it mean that we're being rewarded, and when things are bad, then perhaps we've done something wrong. However, we are here to expand and grow, and it's through the extremes of life that we do exactly that. You're being invited to welcome the highs and the lows of the human experience, to let them initiate you more fully into life. The agony and the ecstasy, the beauty and the bitterness. This life is but a single breath in the inextinguishable existence of your experience as a soul. The Great Mother wants you to hand over your loneliness, worries, hurt, and sorrow, fears, burdens, and doubts, to lay them on her altar, to fall fully into her arms, to remember that while these extremes are difficult, they can also be magnificent. The more widely the pendulum of your life swings, the more truthfully you can say, I truly lived in. Holy cow! This card somehow has the same meaning and one of the Rose Oracle, because the mini readings that I did for Sunday and Monday with the Rose for Sunday, basically for me it was Sunday when it came out. I don't know for you, time zones and stuff like this. There was the Rose Oracle, and there was a card that exactly said the same thing, almost word for word. Like, why is this repeating? So maybe if you have seen the mini reading, maybe you've got the part with the card that came out, or was it the collective message that got it? I don't know. Whatever. We have here starseed activation. You can say this out loud or whisper it. I'm ready to embrace the extremes of life. I lay all that I'm carrying onto the Great Mother's altar and fall completely into her arms. Well then, that was a realization that I didn't need to know. Then we have forge, don't follow. Pave a new path, be the leader you wish you had. This card comes out for all those of us that are meant to be leaders of our own lives, to go the path that is walked not by many. Like, for example, to understand this, I'm paving a path because I am not the trendsetter. I don't follow trends. Okay, yes, people have learned how to read tarot and so on, but sometimes they rely more on their own intuition when they are reading tarot cards, and not based on the system that was established behind it. So what I am doing with paving the new path is I am being genuine and showing, hey, this card's meaning correctly from the system that I am using, that is called Rider-Waite-Smith, that was made by Rider-Waite-Smith, and the artwork was done by Pamela. I don't remember Smith. There was a reason why the magician has this Ouroboros on his waist as a belt, and that's why it is important to know where the symbolism really comes from and how this really mixes in with the meanings. Like, for example, in here, the magician here, she doesn't have a bow. There is no Ouroboros, there is no snake. So the alchemy of the complete meaning here falls away because it's not there. So, and I've talked about this with my friend. She learns a hereditary way of reading tarot cards, and this is only based on logic, meanings, and the functions of the cards, and not based on intuition. And she said that, well, what people are doing right now is a hybrid. They are using tarot as a form of oracle. So, and if you know the meaning of oracle coming from the Greek, oracle is basically a channeler that is channeling messages from the universe and conveying it with their words. So basically they are channeling the messages, but it has not to do with the meanings. Of course, they sometimes say the meanings of the cards, maybe not as detailed as I am doing. But sometimes more over than less, they are using their complete intuition, so they are more on the oracle part of things. And yeah, I'm going to have some haters here, but whatever, I'm stating the truth. So you could not say that they are a tarot reader because they are not reading the tarot cards as it should be. They are mostly a psychic that are that is a oracle that is channeling the messages from the divine instead of what the cards are flat out saying without emotions and without things like, as we had when I was reading, that we had the infidelity here and the marriage man. This is not something that comes out of divination or of a channeled message. It came out just flat out because this was what the Rider-Waite-Smith intended with his deck. And that's why I am following my own path. I'm forging a path for those that are really learning and wanting to learn it, the system that was established, and not making a mishmash of things. Of course, I'm going to keep on relying on my intuition and the channel messenger that will come through, but I also want to bring in the awareness that there was a system that should be followed as it was. So I'm forging my own path, being the black sheep of the lot that is not relying solely on the intuition, but also on the correct meanings of the cards. So I'm being a leader of my own. I'm forging a path that not many are walking. So I am completely going against the stream. So the same goes for you, that you may be someone that is wanting to do something that not a lot of people do, because you are meant to be the leader that is forging the path for others that I'm sorry, that are coming after you. So you are forging a path for others to come after you. You are going to be the inspiration for those others that want to walk a similar path, but maybe with different experiences. And here, be the leader you wish you had. So it means that you should be the leader that you wish you have on this path, but unfortunately it doesn't exist because not a lot of people are walking down this path. As for myself, my friend, she reads a different system. Her is hereditary. This means that is mouth to mouth explained from a teacher that, and this goes back to many generations, and it's not something that we will ever know about it, because it is a closed practice, only meant for those that are worthy, that the teacher decides to give the student. It's not we decide, oh yeah, I'm going to learn this system here, this hereditary thing, and say, hey, can I learn this? No. The teacher chooses its student in this case, in the hereditary meaning. So she explained this to me, and what she said was true. So I'm trying now to come, because I've went into the intuition based only, and the meanings that I've picked up. This already helps me now with reading, but now I want to deepen my knowledge. So I'm now digging deep into the core essence of the tarot card, and I'm going to still find my way in the path, because my friend, is not reading right away. It's myth based, but it's something different, so she cannot help me. She can only be a support and yeah, but I have to pave the path myself and be my own leader and be my own guide and teacher on how to bring both the system, the correct system, and my own intuition into something that is working out. That is my goal. I'm sorry for talking so much. I think the video is already long. As let's go moving. So, Whale and Orca Elders, share your sound, frequency of sound, diving deep. This is all about sharing your expression. In this way, it's sharing your song, because whales and orcas, they communicate with each other through frequency and of sound. We also communicate with each other with frequency of the sound of our voices, because sometimes, even if we say the same thing, how we put in how we make it sound out of our mouth could indicate different things, like take off your shoes. It's like you are kindly reminding the person to take off the shoes, so they will probably do it because you've sounded nice and kind. But if you go aggressive, like take off your shoes, then the person may be aback because you were aggressive and somehow angry, and they will fear you. So or what we give out has its own frequency and sound as well. And so we have things that we want to express, and we express it differently from each other. So the messages that I deliver in my readings are different frequency and different sound from someone else that is doing that on YouTube. And people may not resonate with it, how I do it, but with the other person. And people that find the other person may not resonate with it, but when they find me, I resonate more with them, because the frequency matches a little bit better. So there is something that wants to be expressed deep within you. So it's time for you to dive deep and find what this is that needs to be expressed, to be shared with others. If this is a song, if this is a story, an idea, a book, a podcast, what else? Poetry, a painting, a drawing. There is something that wants to be expressed from deep within you and wants to be shared with others. So then we have the cosmic card, Devotion, Potency, Make Your Life a Moving Prayer. This is one of the cards that I always read out of the guide because I always forget what it means. I cannot remember it for the god of my... The cosmic heart. When you surrender to the state of devotion, you find yourself flowing with the all of life. You're being called to refocus your attention deep within, to the intelligence of your own heart, to your own wisdom that you have within yourself, my dear owl. To bow with deep reverence to your inner temple, to live your life in devotion to this place, to make your life one big moving prayer. Perhaps you felt a bit off kilter lately, sensing that the potency of why you're doing things has gotten a little watered down or weak. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. If so, this is your call to take a moment and reconnect with the truth at the very center of your heart. To get back to the essence of what you're about. To devote your life to what you care most about. To turn your gaze deep, 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 deep. There are seasons of harvesting and seasons for sowing. Right now you're being called to plant your soul seed and sing to them with deep devotion, to feed them with the sweet waters of your own soul, to lose yourself in the potency of what it is that most expands your heart, to live your life according to what makes you come alive, rather than what everyone else thinks, to make your life one big moving prayer. This perfectly aligns as well with, if I have mentioned this in this video, because I don't remember, my YouTube channel. Like, I've made this channel to share what I've known and share with other people that may seek for information. And I try to make the informations experience-based, and as well as looking things up and seeing if that's true or not. So, of course, you should always take it with a little grain of salt and use your own discernment. But there are a lot of people out there scamming others and sharing stuff that may not be really truthful. And because I'm in a tarot and divination community, a lot of people come there about divination and tarot, but also as well as spiritual related stuff. And they are all confused because one person says this, another person says that, and now what's the truth? So we try to help out with our own experiences, of course, and saying that, hey, sometimes the internet is not the best place to search for the information. There may be reading different books and seeing for yourself and experience it for yourself can be of help. And throughout those times, people have come and gone, and new people come. And sometimes I've seen that people always sometimes ask the same question over and over again. And I wanted to do something for myself. I wanted to be independent and have my own business. So I thought, hey, why not make a YouTube channel and then offer tarot readings so that I don't have to work at a place where the boss and the system behind it is totally unorganized, because I hated my part-time job because organization was so not there when it came with vacation of people. And of course understaffed and things, and I was like, no, I cannot do this anymore. I need to be a leader myself. I cannot have someone tell me what I need to do. I just discovered that I have to be my own leader and maybe have my own business. But I don't, while also talking to my friend, my soul sister, the Hereditarian reader, and her point of view, I've discovered, because tarot cards, you can predict things that are going to happen in the future, and of course you can use this as a way of reflection, but it's still somehow not fixed. It is a possibility that is shown towards us, and it's uncertain, and basically I'm going to make myself some enemies. Basically, some people are asking for so much money for something that is so uncertain, and because she learned it from her hereditarian that it is not something that you do for the money, it's something you do to help others, and you get donations from it. So because I've learned this and I've seen how people scam others, I'm talking now about the scammers that don't know how to read at all, and just say that they are terrorists, but in fact they are not, and they are just after your money. And I've seen that, and I was like, no, I don't want to be like this. I want to honor the practice, even if I'm not hereditarian, because she shared her ways. I'm like a teacher. I was like, look, I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to honor this practice, so I'm not going to make money out of this practice. So now I have to find something else to be my own boss, and it may be writing books, like I've thought about my fan fictions. Maybe that could be something that has nothing to do with divination or uncertainty and suggestibilities. So I'm doing this because I love it and I want to help others, and I'm doing this for free. I'm not taking any money of it. The links, all that I have in the description when I'm sharing the decks, they are not affiliate links. I don't get anything from this, but I did have there a link for donations, that if you feel like you want to help me and the channel, you can donate. And most of the time there is oracle decks there and some books that I can use as divination tools for reading. Like how I'm going to do this with Light is the New Black by Rebecca Campbell. I'm going to use that as a divination tool. So I'm taking in donations, but I'm not making my own business out of reading tarot cards or things like this, because I want to honor, even if I'm not part of the hereditarian, I want to honor how it was done way back in the past. This is just my own belief and my core belief. So I am my own leader here, and I'm paving a path that not many are walking. So that's how I'm devoting myself to my own core beliefs. And I think I've lost my track of thoughts here. This happens. Do you know? I don't know if you have seen the memes, but normal people start with the story and end with the story, and I'm like here, start the story, put in some hundreds little story in between, more context and details that are more or less not really useful to get that to the end of the story. But I lost my train of thoughts in speaking about the thing. I think I was talking about my YouTube channel. That not a lot of people are watching it, but I keep on going even if I'm in the minority. But yeah, I don't know where I wanted to go there with my tangent, but I'm sorry if you clicked away. I'm sorry if I confused you even more. Maybe it helped someone out there at least. That's yeah. The now I know where I wanted to say, because it was like the cosmic heart. It was here. Perhaps you've forgotten what made you start doing them in the first place. It's like with my channel. I am doing this to help at least someone out there, and I forgot this often, and I've been seeing like when my view count is not that good, that I know I'm never going to grow, I'm never going to reach the goals that I have, but it's because I've forgotten why in the first place I'm doing this. In the first place I'm doing this is firstly to share my own experiences that can help someone else that is going through something similar, to share the knowledge that I've gained with those that are in my community, because sometimes people come and ask the same questions again and again because they are getting into new, and we have newbies and stuff like this, and we have answered this question so long ago that they are not going to find this in the chat. So I am doing also this type of thing where I film a video that answers those questions that came up repeatedly in our community, so that at the end we don't have to really always write a whole essay, but I can share my link. Hey, look, this is how I view this. This is what I experienced with. This is how I do this. Maybe this can be of help, instead of writing an essay again and again. It's just like one quick link. Here you have it. Maybe it helps, and so on. So I'm doing this also to share and lighten up our workload in our community. So, and it is something that I have to always remind myself when I get not a lot of views or when I have dislikes, is if it can help at least someone, then my job is done. At least someone help find this helpful, it's okay for me. So it's just something that I have to keep on repeating myself, and not fall into the focus of I need to have more views, I need to have more subscribers, and blah 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 blah. The core thing why I did this was to have at least one, and to lighten up the load of our community. So now, what else is there for us to know? Please, guys, what does the collective need to know? Any last messages, any guidance, anything else we should know as a collective? Please, guys, anything else? Any themes here? Victory. I shall celebrate and I shall rise. I will let victory make me wise. Yeah, we are going to be victorious. I'm not talking about the series, but we are going to have the victory, and we should celebrate each victory that we have, even if it's small. Like, for example, I have 160 subscribers, and I'm going to celebrate. Hey, I've come a long way from someone that started with like 5 subscribers in the beginning because they were all my friends, to someone that has now 160 subscribers, and I think the majority are not my friends. This is a feat. It's something to celebrate, and I will keep on rising and rising, and it made me wise. It made me more resilient. And I'm learning as well that the core of what I'm doing is to at least help someone or lighten the burden of our community. So the saying goes here, we you will learn after your victory what has went well and what is going to keep on going. It reminds me here of because I have a quote on my vision board. It's by Winston S. This is an S. Let me get up to see. Yeah, Winston S. Churchill. Success is not final. It's not the end. Failure is not fatal or fatal. I don't know how to pronounce it in English. It is the courage to continue that counts. So even if I have now the victory of 160 subscribers, it's not now that I should enter this and go out, because it's something that makes me happy. I'm passionate about this. It brings me back to life, so I will continue. And I have to have the courage, even if things at the beginning were really bleak and not so good. There were small victories in between, and I should always bring that back into my mind, and so shall you do as well. So what else do we as a collective need to know? What other messages are there for the collective? Please read guys. Divine guidance. Whispers from the beings who shine. Let their message be clear and kind. So know that you are being guided, that the whispers that you may hear can be from those guides that are around you, and their messages are always clear and kind. They are nowhere near being criticizing or putting yourself down. They are a whisper coming from a place of love and light. Of course, they can sometimes be a little bit the truth. The harsh truth is sometimes a little bit harsh. And you know, I sometimes Archangel Michael comes up when I'm doing reading for myself, and he doesn't mind his words. He comes with the truth, if it hurts me or not. It is something that I needed to know, because it's something I need to know and go through and be aware of. So the truth is sometimes really harsh, but at least sometimes we really need the tough love to keep on going. So don't mistake this, the guidance for mental chatter, because I don't know if I am as someone that hears my thoughts. There are people that I've seen somewhere that says that there are some people that they cannot hear their thoughts. So I hear it like when it is my mental chatter. It's really loud in my head, and I'm not. I don't have any mental disorder or anything like this. Checked. I'm okay. So my mental chatter is really loud, criticizing. But when my intuition kicks in, it's like a whisper, a message that comes from the back, from a bit more far away. And I needed to practice this, and I needed to really be aware of this, that this is my intuition and my guides talking to me. So I needed some time till I figured out that what was my intuition and what was the guidance from my spirit guides. And now that I know, when I hear something from really far away, let's say, and really it's not loud at all, it's the whisper. I know this is something that I need to convey. This is not from my mind. This is something that I am picking up on. So just as an example for you, to maybe help you figure out what your intuition and what your spirit guides are telling you as well, so that you don't have to be so doubtful and about, is this now my mental chatter or is this my intuition? So maybe this could indicate a bit on how your mental chatter is and how the intuition and guidance is. So any other messages for the collective that needs to hear right now in this timeless reading? Any other message for the collective? Yes, we have here. Then at the back of the deck we have trust. And we were talking about trust right now. Trust. I am safe. I am secure. In love I trust. My faith endures. So know that you are safe, that you are always secure. And trust in the love of the universe, your spirit guides, and the love of yourself. And your faith is going to endure whatever is going up. Like, there is this saying that hope is the last thing that dies. And if you know the story of Pandora's box, sorry, I'm moving away because I've been reminded to pick something up for this reading. That's how I also work. If I feel like I'm being reminded of something, it's because I need to say this or to bring it up. So the story from Pandora's box is, Pandora received this box and it was said that she should never, under any circumstances, open it up. They didn't say why, but you know, curiosity killed the cat and Pandora opened the box. And what came out of the box was destruction, chaos, whatever other things was there. And after that, the last thing that came out of the box was a light, a little small light, and this was hope. So even though there is destruction, chaos, things not working out, there is still hope. A hope will always prevail, and so will faith. So you should. This is a message for us to keep on having faith, to know that we should trust in the process, that we know that we are always safe and we are always secure. And in love, I trust. This, when I read this, it reminded me of the channeled message that I had gotten from the workshop that I did. Is from the ancient grandmother from my lineage, so basically my ancestors. The message they have for me for today, I think, is, and it says here, love with all your heart. It's just a message that I should love with all my heart, regardless if people will be receptive to it or not, or will understand me or not. I should love with all my heart. The things that I love, the people that I love, I should love them with all that I have. And of course, there will be times that I'm going to get hurt and whatever, and so on, but this is all the extremes of life that we are going through and learning through. So it's also something that I'm experiencing and learning. And so you are not alone. So I too have my fair share of suffering, of my fair share of hurt, but I will keep on continuing and try to appreciate it as best as I can. Of course, maybe not in the moment where I'm going through the suffering and things, but maybe later when I'm out of it, I will be able to see the positive that came from it. Then we have magical powers. I weave and clear, I cast and know, magic secrets to me now show. Ooh. So looks like some magical things will happen, miracles I think as well. Let me read that out of the guidebook. The guidebook is a little bit different from other oracle decks, so just know this 24. It's not something here. So it may be a little bit different than we are used to, but let's embrace this. Magical powers. Sometimes when we cast magic, we may be too caught up in the everyday to weave quite as much enchantment as we could if we were more in touch with our magical powers. This spell will help you reconnect with your magical self and your spouse, because this is this magical spell card. That's why it's talking about spells. Reconnect with your magical self and your spells will become more powerful, enjoyable, and enchanting as a result. If this spell has chosen you, the universe would like you to reconnect with your intuitive, instinctual, mythic persona. Work this spell before performing any others, since without magical energy, it's difficult to weave true enchantment, to see the wonder of the moon, the glory of the sun, and the beginning of the unfalling bud. If you have chosen this spell, no, the universe chose it for ourselves. So basically, we all need to connect more with our intuitive, instinctual, mythic persona, with the magic that we have in us. Maybe starting manifesting again, because I, for example, have not been conscious manifesting stuff. I'm more like being more passive on it. So maybe it's talking about, hey, get your pen and your manifestation notebook out and manifest something. Write it down so that it can manifest how you want it, how you want your life to be. Get the magic back on track. And know that you are magical as well. So maybe showing the magic of the world, or showing the magic that you hold as well, is basically what this card is trying to tell us. And 18, best possible decision. Ooh. Artemis, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. So if maybe some of you are working with Artemis, I do remember that I've dreamed about her twice. Well, about the name Artemis, I don't know if it was her, but well, either way, goddess of the bow, help me see what must be known. Basically, this is a card that is telling us that if we want to gain some sort of information or guidance from our spiritual team, we should ask them so that we can make the best possible decision. Because our spiritual team, they are at the place where they can see all the outcomes of the different decisions that we may make. So if we ask them, hey buddy, what is the best possible decision here? What would you recommend? And they will always give us the recommendation of the best possible decision, the best for us currently. And sometimes they give us a direction that we go through, and somehow we still end up back at the beginning, and we pick on the other decision and do that to get somewhere else. Like, for example, I have multiple ways from my home to go to the train station. I can pick one route, I can pick a second route, and I can pick a third route. But I can also pick one route 1, and mix in route 2, because the streets are interconnected. So the same goes for our life. Sometimes we pick the first choice, but somehow the first choice is connected with the second choice and we end up with the result from the second choice. so just trust and let yourself be guided to the path that your spirit team is telling us to go, because it's the best way. And sometimes we may not like the answer that we are getting, but and you know, I often hear this. My guides are like, they are quite honest, and they don't mince word. And I got messages that I didn't like before. Like my best example is when I was beginning with reading tarot cards, I asked my deck because at the time I had a crush on my working colleague at my part-time job, and I asked my card, yeah, what does he think about me? Do you know what I got an answer from the tarot cards and my guides? They were like, why do you care what he thinks of you? What do you think of yourself? What do you think of yourself? So they didn't answer me, so it was an answer that I didn't like, but I understood, okay, yeah, you may be right. The most important thing is not what I think of what other thinks of myself, but what I think of myself. This is the most important thing in the world. So this just made me realize that I needed to have the answer that I didn't like to realize this. And now I don't care. I try to not care about what people think of me. And sometimes I still get into, wow, what is this person going to think? Or if I say this, what are my viewers going to think about me? It was like, nah, look, it's like the one card in the affirmators deck. Hold on, let me get it. And yes, I'm talking a lot and I'm going with the flow, but it is what it is, and it should be like this. So there's a card, perseverance. No. Sorry, I'm searching for the card that talks about this. Was it authenticity? Here, authenticity. It says here, authenticity is the name of the game. Whatever comes up, I will feel it. Whatever needs to be said, I will say it. Whoever doesn't get it doesn't have to get it, but at least they know it because I've said it, and that's way better than leaving a passive-aggressive note about it. So not everyone needs to understand what we are trying to say. I'm seeing if it really was this card. Yeah, it was this card. So not everyone needs to understand us and think the same thing, but at least they know it. So you don't have to get me at all, but at least I've said it, and maybe this will be there for someone that will understand me in a way. But yeah, so now I'm going to ask the spirit guides to give us one last message with this book. Please, spirit guides, one last message for the collective, myself included. What do we need to hear? Loosen your grip. Here is a quote that says, "You can only lose what you cling to," by Buddha. You're either in flow with the universe or you're not. If you're clinging to anything, you're resisting the natural flow of who you are. The things we cling to are the things we most need to let go. The boyfriend, the coffee, the job, the friendship, the vino, the wine, the overworking, the people-pleasing, whatever external thing you cling to in an effort to feel whole or like you're enough. The things we cling to often cover up our most vulnerable space, the one that is desperately scary to leave empty. But by keeping that space covered with something that doesn't serve us, we prevent ourselves from receiving the things that will, and we cast a shadow on our light. We cling on tightly because deep down we know that unless we control, cling to, and hold on, we feel that relationship, job, or insert your thing here, might not stay on its own accord. But in losing our grip, we open space for the light to come in and heal the part of us that doesn't feel whole. As A Course in Miracles tells us, whatever we leave empty, grace will fill. If we can find the courage to surrender, then the thing we once clung to will either stay on its own accord or be replaced by something that is beyond any of our wildest dreams. Loosen your grip. Grace is coming. It might be uncomfortable at first, but I promise it will be worth it in the end. And then we have here work your light. This is something that we have to feel out of by ourselves to really reflect and dig deep. Is what am I clinging to for fear of nothing coming to take its place? What is it that we need to let go of? Did we have the card of let going? Yeah, we did. What do you need to let go? What need to die? What have we been resisting? So, dear owls, my collective that was here with me today, this is everything that I have for us. I hope that this could help you, even if a little bit. I'm sorry for all the tangents and the long ass video. I hope you were cozy and not to go through this. Thank you for all that stayed with me till the end. I really appreciate it because I know it is long ass video. I wish you all the best. Thank you again, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye!